So welcome to another Tokyo Revengers video, guys. And yeah, this chapter was great. Honestly, it was like the experience of the old Tokyo Revengers series. I mean, there were enough dialogues to read. And we learn about Mikey's past for the very first time. Everything about this chapter was perfect. I hope the next chapters will be like this. A lot of people hated Mikey. They also said that Takemichi should not have come back to save him. But I think this chapter might have changed their opinion a bit. He was an ordinary child who suffered many losses in his childhood. It was really sad. However, still in Mikey's backstory, some things are not clearly explained. We still don't know exactly what happened to Sanzu that day. But all things are starting to come together now. That's what makes this chapter so good. So let's talk about that. But before we talk about that, as usual guys, I would kindly appreciate it if you can drop a like on the video and consider subscribing to the channel. Let's go into the video now. So the chapter begins with the events of Mikey's childhood. We don't know much about Mikey's past throughout the series. Ken Wakui-sensei rarely used their names. If it had been introduced earlier, everyone would have thought this person was Takemichi. But even Mikey has only one memory of his father. It was his father who gave him a toy as a souvenir. What I found fun was Mikey playing with the train toy. All the tracks around him remind me of the beginning of the series. Ken Wakui-sensei could have shown us other toys if he wanted to. But he still chose the train. It's kind of interesting when you think about it. Now we know what Mikey's dad looks like. He presents Mikey with a superhero toy. Yeah, it's definitely Captain America. But like I said in my previous video, this scene fits Takemichi's character. Because he also wanted to be a hero. This toy and Takemichi's pose are similar. However, his father dies in a car accident. Things we know about his father so far. What will he look like? And he's Emma's dad. He dies in an accident when Mikey is 3 years old. But only one thing comes to mind. Kikucho's father also died in a car accident. When Kikucho fights against Sanzu, he said that he threw away his last name. I wonder if there is any connection between them. Because this man is already married to 2 women. I think we will see more of him in the upcoming chapters. Now back to the chapter. Mikey starts fighting everyone his age. But he only attacks people who call themselves strong. Thus he hates weak people. It's hilarious. He seems to have misunderstood the word strong. Even when his father was telling him about the toy, the word strong alone caught his attention, and seeing that, his eyes started to sparkle. Anyway, we also see Mikey's mom in this chapter for the very first time. Mikey sure looks like his mom. I think Mikey loves spending time with his mom. He is happy. And he tells his mother everything he did that day. His mother's name? Sakura Sano. It is not mentioned in the chapter. But his mother tells him, "You're so strong, just like your father." So I really want to know Takemichi's backstory. Maybe he and Mikey have some sort of past connection. We've got the backstory of many characters. But we don't know anything about the protagonist of the series. South even got his own chapter based on his past. Yeah, it's a little strange that we don't know anything about Takemichi. I hope we get some information about Takemichi's parents as well. However, Mikey seems to be the only one who visits his mother at the hospital often. It shows how much he loves his mother, just like any other child. But I still feel bad for Mikey. He could not spend as much time with his mother as others. When they are together, they talk about him. I mean, Mikey's father. Look at this panel. I don't understand how his dad cheated on her. She loves him. Like I said before, I think we are likely to learn more about his father. If we don't get it in the original series, we might get it in a character book or a spin-off of the original series. Because that's where Ken Wakui-sensei introduced Mikey's entire family. But after seeing Mikey's mom's feelings, not gonna lie, I hate his dad. However, I'm glad Mikey didn't turn out like him in the future. Both of them are happy. But everything has an end. We see the whole Sano family here. Shinichiro, Emma, Mikey and their grandfather. Shinichiro receives an emergency call from the hospital. She already has an incurable disease. Now she is in critical condition. Hearing that, Mikey's eyes started to change. Once again we see only Mikey talking to her. We can see in this panel. He may start crying at any moment. But he didn't want to cry. As usual he starts talking to her normally. But she says, "Even you too, used to be a crybaby. When you were younger." This scene makes one thing clear to me. There is nothing wrong with showing our true feelings. It's not easy to put on a fake face in front of others. If you want to cry, just cry. There is nothing wrong with that. To be honest, it reflects Takemichi's character. Hina tells him the same thing. In the end, his mother died 3 days later. It was the last word he heard from her. "My angel." Honestly, Ken Wakui-sensei never disappoints me when it comes to writing each character's backstory. Mikey doesn't show his emotions, even in front of his family members. But he cries. At the same time he tries not to cry. His mother's death affected him more mentally. And Mikey's dark impulse is caused by his mother's death. He had this before Shinichiro's death. But he says, "I hate weak people." This is where his dangerous fate first begins. Finally, we can see this scene. Blood started coming from Sanzu's mouth. But Mikey has no blood on his hands. But it is mentioned in chapter 241. There was blood on his hand. So there might be something wrong with Senju's point of view. Because we're now seeing it from Mikey's point of view. Can't say for sure which of the two is right. I think Sanzu will tell us what really happened here. But surely, something big has happened at this place. I think only Sanzu knows that. After all this, Mikey continues to fight with many people. Baji and Sanzu seem to be his only friends then. And it's interesting. They are already talking about Draken. Yeah, these events are now coming together. Mikey and Draken's first meeting. Draken wanted to see Mikey. And he wanted to fight him. Because everyone talked about how strong Mikey was. It binds them together. The destined meeting with Draken. Also Mikey's backstory will continue in the next chapter. I'm very interested to know this. Ken Wakui-sensei is likely to introduce something we don't know. So overall this is a very good chapter. So let us know what you think about it below. Anyway, if you guys like this video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. And good luck to all.